It's that time again. The annual conference of the American Society of Ag Consultants, otherwise known as ASAC, is going to be held in Fort Myers, Florida, this November 4th and 5th. Kurt Covington is one of 9 professionals who will address the conference. The other speakers who will cover a wide range of topics represent Florida Farm Bureau, Florida Citrus Commission, University of Tennessee Institute of Agriculture, National Ag Law Center, Risk Mitigators and Advisors, Tyler Associates, as well as the lead economist for dairy at CoBank, and myself, Chrissy Wozniak from North American Ag. The day and a half of presentations will be followed by ag tours on Tuesday afternoon at Echo Farms, one of my favorite places here in Fort Myers. Attendees will experience farming at its most creative, with unique demonstrations, plants, and techniques being used to help farmers and urban gardeners in developing countries. A second tour at Echo will showcase simple technologies that can improve food, water, and shelter for millions of people. A third tour of a hydroponic grower is also being planned. For more information and to register, visit www.agconsultants.org. That's www.agconsultants.org. See you there. If only you could be everywhere at once. Tech Agriculture helps farmers manage uncertainty and stress by remotely monitoring their field crops and connecting them with timely agronomic advice. Traditional crop scouting demands precious time or experienced scouts who are in short supply. Today's growers and agronomists increasingly make use of aerial drones and satellite imagery for a view of the big picture in a field. Tech Ag bridges the gap by using electric dirt bikes to travel between rows or along sprayer tracks to collect high-resolution imagery that can be used to head off production risks before they develop into costly production challenges. Integrations with a growing list of farm management software partners allow growers and trusted advisors to view imagery on their preferred platform. For more information, visit their website at tech.ag. That's www.tecc.ag. Get peace of mind with remote, timely field and crop scouting imagery wherever you are, whenever you want. Tech Agriculture. Hi, and welcome to North American Ag Spotlight. I'm Chrissy Wozniak. I am so excited today to be putting the spotlight on the nonprofit organization based in Kansas City, Missouri, the American Royal Association. They provide opportunities for youth and adults from around the country to compete in livestock shows, ProRodeo, and horse shows. They've been advocating for agriculture since long before it was cool, starting back in 1899. We're going to be talking about the upcoming American Royal Livestock Show today. Our guest began her career at the American Royal as an intern nearly 14 years ago. She's held various roles over the years and is currently the Director of Communications. From Kansas City, Missouri, I would like to welcome Allyssa King. Welcome, Allyssa, and thank you so much for joining me today.
Well, hello. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be with you.
Yeah. So first, let's talk about your background. So did you grow up in the industry?
I did. Yes. I actually grew up in the 4-H program. So I actually showed several different species, but my main area was showing lambs. So when I started as a young youth at the age of 7 showing and just grew up in it in the 4-H program. And then when I went away to college, my 4-H agent actually came to work at the American Royal. And he said, "Do you want to do an internship with me in the education department?" And I was like, "Absolutely. That sounds great." So I came to work here as an intern and then just fell in love with the organization even more, even though I had already showed here as a youth, and just the mission behind the organization and all the values here. So I knew it was somewhere that I wanted to work in the future, and it was a dream job.
That's awesome. And you also serve as an executive on the Johnson County Fair Board too, right?
Yes, that's correct. I'm still involved in the county as well, like you mentioned. So it was kind of my way to give back to our county 4-H program. I serve on the fair board and then also as the secretary on our executive fair board as well. And I help with some of our county spring shows. I help do some announcing for them as well if they need it.
Oh, that's awesome. And tell me about American Royal. It's its history and goals.
Absolutely. So, as you mentioned, we were founded in 1899, actually as the National Hereford Show. That's how we actually got started. Soon after that, we added horse shows, and then since then, we've added the rodeos and youth and pro. We've added the World Series of Barbecue, and then we have other educational events and then other ancillary events throughout the year as well. And what some people don't know is that we give over $1 million annually in educational programming and scholarship. And so that money comes a large part from our barbecue and then some of those other events that help fund that.
That's incredible. That is enough money to impact a lot of youth. That's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. So what about the American Royal Livestock Show? What's happening? And it's coming up soon, right?
Yes, it's actually scheduled for October 6th through the 23rd. So it's going to be about 3 weeks long. And what you should know is that it's going to be a great time. So we have about 2 weekends of breeding cattle shows, and then 1 week that we feature a lot of our market animals, and then some of our smaller animal breeding livestock as well. About 15 different breeds of cattle will be featured in those 2 different breeding cattle weeks. So a lot of different things to see and experience during that 3-week long livestock show.
Wonderful. And what changes can we expect to see this year?
Yes. So every year we've been trying to add a new breed to our breeding cattle shows. We've been trying to, improve the livestock show over the past few years. So this year we are adding a Watusi show. So we are very excited to welcome them. Yes.
I don't even know what that is.
So they're similar to a longhorn, but of course they have their own characteristics. But we are very excited about that. And then last year we added our breeding dam and doe show. So we will be welcoming them back this year as well. Last year we also added the Royal Elite Drive, which was actually where we selected our 4 market grand champions almost at the same time inside Hale Arena. So we will have that again this year. But immediately following that, we'll actually have our junior premium livestock auction. So very excited to see how those events all tie together back to back.
Wonderful. And it sounds like there's a lot happening, but what are you most excited about?
Well, honestly, I am so excited just to see all of the exhibitors come here, get the opportunity to showcase what they've been working all year on, all their projects. Some people, it's their highlight to be able to come here. Some people get to come every year. Some exhibitors, they get to come one time in their showing career. So it's really exciting to see what their journey is like and getting to talk and interact with those exhibitors. So that's one of my main areas that I love to see, getting to interact with those exhibitors and getting to see them have success in the show ring.
That's awesome. And who's eligible to show at the livestock show?
Sure. So our junior market shows and our junior breeding shows are open to youth that are 7 years old and no older than 20 years old as of January 1st. However, our open breeding cattle shows are open to anyone of all ages. So a wide variety of participants can come and exhibit here at the American Royal.
Oh, that's so cool. And is there still time to enter? And what information do you have about entry deadlines?
Absolutely. So for those that are interested in showing on our market show, you do have to submit DNA, and that will go on sale after the holiday, and then it will be due on August 15th. Anyone that is interested in showing in our breeding cattle shows and things like that, they don't have to submit DNA. But all of our entries will go live around the 1st of August, and they will be due September 10th. So we have lots of time if people are interested. It's just getting ready to kick off all of those entries and all those entry processes. So we would love to have everybody come to the American Royal in the fall. And if they have any questions, they can always give us a call.
Wonderful. So how many exhibitors do you think will be there? I know it's a long show, right? So
it is. So the last couple of years, we've had over 3,000 exhibitors.
Wow. That's so cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So hopefully that number will continue to grow and continue to have great experiences with those exhibitors.
Nice. And if you can't make it in person, is there a live stream option?
We do have a live stream option thanks to some wonderful partners. that help us sponsor that. And we will once again offer that this year.
Oh, that's really good. And what is the Royal Advocate program? I think that sounds so intriguing.
Yeah, that's a great program that was started a couple years ago. So this is some of our youth that have participated in the American Royal before or are interested in participating in the American Royal. And they are looking to grow leadership skills, looking to grow public speaking skills, and just looking to continue to promote the American Royal in agriculture. So they will come and they will participate in a few of our events and join our team and help, with some of the production of the events and help, promote the events as well. So if there's a media opportunity or if there's an opportunity just, behind the scenes, they come and help with some of those events.
Oh, that's amazing. And then, you touched on before that you give a lot back into the industry. What's the overall impact of what American Royal does each year in terms of educational opportunities and scholarships?
Well, like I had mentioned, annually we give about $1 million in educational programming and scholarships. And, I think the impact is far beyond just the monetary amount. The experiences are amazing as well.
Yeah, I'm sure. And what other things can spectators and exhibitors do around Kansas City? I hear you guys have some great barbecue.
We do. So many people know us for our barbecue here in Kansas City. And depending on who you ask, everybody has their own favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of our team members went to one today. So even our team members are trying out different restaurants. But there's tons of barbecue. There's tons of great places to eat. Just down the road, we have the Legends Shopping Center, or you can go to the Country Club Plaza. There's a lot of different museums. You can go to Worlds of Fun, which is like an entertainment area. The opportunities are endless here of where you can go to spend some extra time as well.
That's great. And one of your goals is to promote the love of agriculture to youth. Why is that so important today?
I just think because it has had such a big impact in my life. And I just want others to see that as well. It's been such a huge part of my life. And I think if others can experience that as well, they'll fall in love with it just as much.
Yeah, for sure. I remember my dad taking me to horse shows when I was a kid. I was just so totally obsessed with prospecting, riding, and caring for the animals. And it made me, it's partially responsible for me staying out of trouble as a kid, I'm sure. I was just so focused on the horses that I really didn't have, time or even energy after the day to get into trouble. And I've done the same thing with my kids. They've shown ponies, horses, rabbits, and this year they're going to try to show some chickens. I think that relationship with livestock and that connection with animals, and often they end up on the dinner plate, right? But it's right. Teaching that respect for the life. And it teaches a lot more than just responsibility and goal setting. It really kind of grounds them in a reality that isn't readily available to kids that live outside of rural areas often. So what can we do better as an industry to try to reach more youth and give them some of these opportunities?
I think education is one of the biggest things. We just have to continue to go out there and promote what we do. Yeah. We have to continue to go out there and promote the opportunities that exist. I think that's why the mission of the American Royal is so important. Mm-hmm. We're trying to get out there and educate, students that may not be familiar with ag or where their food comes from. That's what we're trying to do with, our field trip program, where we bring students in and teach them about those things and those opportunities. Or, a lot of times some of our staff will go into the classroom and teach them about ag careers. So different things that you can do in the ag field that they may not actually think about. I think education is one of the biggest things that we can continue to push agriculture.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And 1 in 12 US jobs is in the US or in the ag industry. A lot of people don't realize that. So to try to help youth learn about those opportunities so that they can follow a career in agriculture is so important. And I really love what you guys are doing to really carry that out. It's really amazing.
It is. Yes, absolutely.
And now the general public is really removed from the farm, right? I think the majority of kids just have no idea. I think people are so susceptible to believing a lot of the misinformation, whether it's food misinformation or content that comes from animal extremists. What do you think is the best way for us to move forward with these issues in mind?
I think just putting ourselves out there, continuing, like I mentioned, continuing education, bringing in those groups such as the advocates that can help us to promote it as well. Starting young, this group is a younger group that can help us, in their areas as well. So they're going to help promote agriculture in their areas. So wherever they're located, they can help promote and help, stop those that misinformation. They can help us start that. And then I think just continuing to educate and help correct that misinformation, I think is the biggest thing that we can do.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I have one last question for you. What are you most passionate about? Why do you serve this industry every day?
I think that I'm most passionate about seeing exhibitors succeed, seeing the exhibitors come to the American Royal and have fun. And like I said earlier, seeing them have success in the show ring. The truth behind it is not everybody has success in the classroom and not everyone has success being an athlete. A lot of these individuals can have success in the show ring. And I think that's just one of the most amazing opportunities, is getting to interact with these exhibitors, knowing their why. Why do they show animals? Why do they come to the American Royal? Why are they involved with ag? Just getting to know their why, getting to know a little bit about them, and making that connection with the exhibitors and getting to see them be successful here.
That's amazing. And where can people learn more?
Absolutely. They can go to our website, AmericanRoyal.com. And they can, like I said earlier, they can always give us a call. We're always willing to help them if they have any questions along the way. Again, AmericanRoyal.com. And we'd love to see them this fall right here in Kansas City, Missouri.
Awesome. And do you have anything else to add?
Nope. I just appreciate your time and appreciate everybody listening.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I would love to be able to, I think it's during the same time as World Dairy. So we'll see how it goes. I'd love to be able to go down and watch some
Absolutely.
of it. Yeah. And thanks to all who are watching or listening. If you want to learn more, the links are all provided in the show notes. And don't forget to subscribe to North American Ag Spotlight on YouTube, Rumble, Telegram, or AgViews. And the podcast is available on Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, Amazon, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And have a great day. Thanks so much for listening to today's Ag Spotlight episode, where we put the spotlight on people and companies doing great things for the agricultural industry. Don't forget to subscribe on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, Stitcher, or on your favorite podcasting platform, and give us a 5-star review. You can also follow us on YouTube and Rumble to see the video version of Ag Spotlight. Also, head on over to NorthAmericanAg.com to subscribe to our Industry Connect update newsletter. If you're interested in advertising opportunities, email us at connect@NorthAmericanAg.com. Thanks for listening. Our newest podcast by North American Ag is called What Color is Your Tractor? The stories behind the ag brands you love and the ag brands you love to hate. Hosted by me, Chrissy Wozniak. We take a deep dive into the companies that have built modern agriculture. Subscribe on your favorite podcasting platform. Go to whatcolorisyourtractor.com. Available on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you listen to podcasts.